I come to No Fly Zone Midwest with my buddy Joe, and I find out that our cars are pretty darn close in power on this episode of Josh's Car Corner. So it's 5 in the morning. The car is filling up with gas as we speak. I'm waiting for Joe to show up so we can start making the trek down to Rantoul for No Fly Zone. It's about 55 degrees out right now, and it's a little bit muggy, and the clouds are breaking up. I can actually see the moon and the sun coming out. So hopefully the air dries out and we'll have some cool, dry air to run in this morning. So different. Joe and I are at our breakfast stop, which is Hardee's, if you can see that. It is 6 a.m. in Janesville. So yeah, tell me, while we're walking and talking and doing nothing here, how are the new tires responding?
The new tires respond awesome. I can't thank you enough for making this recommendation. I didn't realize that new tires would make a car ride so much better.
See, for the longest time, Joe had, what was it, the factory?
The Goodyear RSA all-season radials.
And now you have got the
Firestone,
the Firehawk Indy 500s. And these were dirt cheap, too, for 19-inch tires. What were they?
They were $625 for a set of 4 shipped to my door in under 24 hours.
Wow.
Can't complain about that.
Well, if that isn't an advertisement for Tire Rack, I don't know what is. So very cool. These two dirty. We're getting so dirty on the way down here. I was hoping we'd have nice, clean cars. I don't think it's going to happen.
We might have to run through a touchless car wash before we get there, just for ego's sake.
Just for ego's sake. Cool. Well, we're going to get some breakfast here, and then we're going to get back on the road. So this is ridiculous. It's 6:27. We were at that Hardee's. We were gonna eat there, and we couldn't because they don't open till 6:30 on Sunday, where every other day of the week they open at 6. So we're trying to find a place to eat along the way, and what's even more ridiculous is from Beloit, Wisconsin, basically through Rockford, there is no decent place to stop. We might have to get all the way clear through Rockford and hope we find something on the other side, but I know south of Rockford is pretty much a desolate wasteland of cornfields, and there aren't really any places to stop, so at least we got gas in Madison, so we're good on that, but we need fuel too, so we got to figure that out at some point. Okay, so we have a plan now. We're going to stop in LaSalle, Peru, because the interstate is wide open right now. We've been going 80 miles an hour, and we haven't had to lift once. So we're just making miles. We're going to get to this next big town of LaSalle, Peru, find something to eat, and then we're going to continue on. We got wind farms going on. The clouds are gone. Air temps are beautiful. It's going to be a fantastic day. I'm excited. We're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, so for this leg of our journey, I came up with an ingenious idea. Joe and I are going to do a torque test. We're going to both be in 4th gear. We're going to start at 80 miles an hour, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to whack it in 80 miles an hour in 4th gear and go up to about 120. The theory is we're both going to be starting at about 4,000 RPM, so we're going to be right at peak torque when we start. When we get to 120, we're going to be right around 6,000 RPM, so we should be right around peak horsepower. So it's basically a test between the peaks on the dyno graph to see who's got the most overall torque. Now, I've done the calculations based on rear end ratio and tire size, and basically we're going to both have about the exact same ratio. It's all going to come down to the fact that he's got a heavier car, but he's also got more displacement, so we're going to find out here pretty soon who's got more torque. All right, here we go. On 3. That sounds good. We didn't quite get the timing right. Okay, I'm gonna wait for his engine this time because this is not fair. All right. by that much. Oh man, that was fun. Now I can't wait for no fly zone. Oh, we are such children. Okay, so Joe and I are here in Rantoul, Illinois at no fly zone. We've actually made 2 passes so far, and we're not going to be breaking any records today because the track runs from this way to that way, and the wind is coming from that away across at about 20 miles an hour. So we're driving into a 20-mile-an-hour headwind. I am well slower than I was when I was in Arizona. I've made 2 runs so far, 140.1 and 140.6. The only reason I went a half mile faster than I can think is on the second run, I did this. I taped up the kidney grills, and I don't know how much of a difference that made, but I did go half a mile an hour faster. So for the next run, I'm going to tape over the fog lights and smooth out that line, and I'm going to tape the lower to the width of the radiator because air doesn't need to be going here or over here because the radiator's not that wide. So I'm just going to keep doing things like that because there's not much else I can do to go faster with this wind. Joe's doing the same thing right now. He is taping up his upper grills. So we'll see if that makes a difference for either of us, and we'll keep on running because I think personally breaking 142 for me today would be good considering this wind. But we'll see what happens. Joe's about to go down there. There he goes. Let's see if we can hear his car. Totally. That is a loud, nasty pig. We're trapping very close to the same speeds. He just put tape on his grills. We'll see if he went any faster on that run. Did it help?
140.889.
Hey, you went faster.
I want to do a hot lap. It was fun catching and passing the bike.
Nice. Go for it. Okay, so going back out in the lanes again, and I'm going to be racing a guy who follows me on YouTube, Dan Real. He's here today, so we're going to have a pass. He doesn't have quite as much done as I do. I guess he said his best speed so far is 133, so we want to have a good close race, so I've been trying to figure out how many links I should give him, and I decided on 3 car links, and hopefully that'll give us a good close race at the end, so we'll see what happens. There's not as many exotic cars here this time as there were in Arizona. I'm sure it's because we're not that close to a big city. There's quite a lot of American muscle here, I will say. There are some pretty wicked cars. There's a crazy fast Supra here. There's another crazy fast GTR. There's a twin turbo Porsche that's pretty zippy. And they're allowing motorbikes here, which they did not allow in Arizona, so that's something new. And you can run alongside them, which that's interesting because I've never rented a drag strip that allows that. Joe has now run 141.05, so now I have a goal in mind. I have to try to beat that. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. If I'm going to give Dan 3 links, that means I'm going to go back another 40-45 feet. That's going to give me 40-45 feet more track, which means I probably am going to go 141, which is going to invalidate my result against Joe. Damn it. I didn't think this through. Yours are good. Apparently some people are flying off the end of the runway down there, going way too fast. Okay, so I'm gonna back up 3 cars. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. That's the thing. The runway's nice and smooth, but the taxi roads, oh my god, they're bad. Left lane. Thank you. Let's see. 138.54. That's what I get for missing fourth. God. Okay, I'm going again. Let the car cool down for about an hour. Looks like, oh, he's holding back. I'm gonna make a run by myself, actually. Let's see if I don't miss a gear this time. That would be lovely. Holy shit. Okay, it's gonna be a Tesla. Okay. So the challenge for me just became, can I catch him on the far end? Because he's gonna walk my ass off the line. That's what Teslas do. Okay, I've let the car cool down for about 90 minutes, and I'm going to make one more run here. It's gotten pretty cloudy, and it is. Sun's not coming back out, it's still windy, so this is going to be my best shot to see what it'll do. Now I'm going to be going up against Hassan. He's from CHC. He's got a G8. It started out as a base with a 6-cylinder, and he's now got a supercharged V8 in it, so quite a big upgrade. So he's gonna walk me. That's why you're not even gonna see it. And it wasn't intended. I wasn't supposed to race him. It just happened that we lined up together. So I'll be curious how long I can stay next to him, though. And he's gone. Holy shit. Be a little faster. Speed 141.7. I ain't going any faster. And that was an hour and a half of cooling, so I think that's it. Only thing left to do now is just one at the back of the runway race between me and Joe to see if, because I know I can outrun him off the line. But the question is, can he catch me on the top end? So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll have one more race, him and me, back on the runway, max distance, see if he can overtake me by the finish line. Okay, so the plan is, Joe and I are going to have one more run. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a race from the very back line, way before you're normally supposed to start. So we're going to have probably an extra 200 feet of runway or so we're going to hit our max speeds of the day. And the challenge for him is going to be, I get out of the hole quicker, can he catch me before we get to the finish line? Hopefully I can win that and take home some pride, because we already know he's faster than me, and I'm not going to beat that. So this is like the pride race right here. We'll see what happens. We've had 3 head-to-heads, and I've won all 3. He's got a faster top speed overall. That's okay. He can hang his hat on that because 7 years ago when I got this car, the very first time we ever went to the drag strip together, I ran 5,000ths of a second faster than him, and I've been holding that over him for years. So now he can hold over me that when we went to No Fly Zone together, he was faster in the half mile. And I'm okay with that. So that's gonna wrap this episode up. Hope you enjoyed it. It's not quite the same as what I did in Arizona, but it was a good time because this time I got to race with a friend all day and meet a lot of people. I had 3 people who follow me on YouTube come up to me today and say they watched the show and thanks for doing it and how much they appreciate it, and that was always great to hear. So thanks everyone for watching once again. This is always fun to do, and things like that happen just make me want to keep doing it. So once again, thanks for watching Josh's Car Corner. See you next time. Thanks again for watching the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're on Instagram, be sure to keep track with me there too at Josh's Car Corner. Okay, so I want to get Joe's opinion on something. None of you have seen this before either. Take a look at my driver's seat, especially up around the top section here, and see if you can see anything that looks like it's been repaired.
I gotta look close. Was there a crack maybe up on the upper right-hand side there?
There's a place where the stitches had popped and the seat was starting to split.
Looking real close, I see a little something here. Did you sew that up?
Actually, I didn't sew it up. You know what I did use to fix that?
What?
Super glue.
And it held it together.
And it holds it together.
I tell you what, until I got within 12 inches of it, I couldn't see where it was. And with the seat back,
yep,
from that angle, it's really, really hard to tell.
Because these seat skins, if you can get them from GM, are $900 a seat. That cost me $2.
I like your solution.
I like low buck solutions. That's what this show's all about.